Hello, it's Jeanette J Beauty and welcome to my channel. Today I will be talking about one of the main contributors to why my hair looks and feels and actually is so healthy. I get asked so many questions here on my YouTube channel and also on my Instagram about healthy hair tips, and I plan to do a dedicated, well actually several dedicated videos because I have so many tips that are going to help. I don't want to cram them into one video for the sake of time, so I will be separating them out into different videos so that they are very helpful. As many of you know, I always want my videos to be very informative, very helpful. I don't just make videos for the sake of making them. I do want my videos to be somewhat fun, but also informative at the same time. So back to today's video. This has taken me quite some time because I wanted to take notes. I wanted to have everything in this video. So for that, this video is going to be very long. I will include timestamps below in the description box so you can kind of skip through, but I would definitely encourage you to watch this video in its entirety because there is so much information here. The topic, pre-pooing. I know so many people always ask me about it in a lot of my videos, and pre-pooing is one of the tips, one of my top 5 tips I can give you to have healthy hair or even healthier hair. If you are on a natural hair journey or you're transitioning, you just did the big chop, or you are already a natural and you've been a natural for years, pre-pooing is going to be excellent for you. So in this video, I'm going to explain why every single natural should be pre-pooing their hair starting now. When I say the word pre-poo, many of you ask, what is a pre-poo? And simply put, pre-pooing is just the term for pre-shampooing, hence the name. You know, I'm always talking about pre-pooing. I'm pre-pooing my hair before I shampoo it. I pre-pooed my hair overnight, etc. But simply that. Pre-pooing is just a treatment that you do prior to shampooing or co-washing your hair. Additionally, pre-pooing is just an extra step done on wash day or the night before, and it just helps to create a barrier and a shield to protect hair against the stripping of shampoos, and also so many more benefits as I'm going to explain later. But it really just helps to protect your hair from shampooing, because many of us know even sulfate-free shampoos can strip your hair of its natural oils and moisture that is needed to create this over clean hair feel, and we don't need that all the time because essentially that can strip away the essential oils and moisture that we need. Especially as naturals, we need all the moisture that we can get. So that is pre-pooing simply in a nutshell. Now the main reason why you clicked in this video, why you should pre-poo. Now there is a plethora of reasons why you should pre-poo, starting with number 1. Pre-pooing provides so much moisture to your hair. Now, you know, for us naturals, moisture cannot be the easiest task to get and also keep in our hair. Pre-pooing provides so much moisture and a ton of hydration, which we really need. This is a 8-day-old wash and go. My hair is not dry, it is soft to the touch, it's not brittle. My hair is really healthy and it is thriving, hence why I get ask so many questions, and I'm here to help you because I know starting a natural hair journey, just being in it, is not the easiest. I learned the hard way. I have been natural since 2014 when I did the big chop, and a lot of what I know is through research and also trial and error and just seeing what really works in my hair, why it works, how should I apply it, and everything in between. So this is why and how I'm able to tell you and just give you so many tips. And pre-pooing definitely allows for your hair to be moisturized and to hold moisture a lot better. It's really going to help to retain that moisture, especially on wash day, because it's creating this barrier, it's creating a shield, so your hair is not going to get stripped of its natural oils and moisture that it needs on wash day. It's really going to help create that shield, so it's not going to be stripped of the moisture during the shampoo phase. I have heard so many of you comment and tell me that you've been pre-pooing your hair and how it's been helping tremendously in your natural hair journey and even when you shampoo your hair. And this is why I tell you all the time, I pre-poo my hair. I love pre-pooing my hair. It's not just for on wash day just because of shampoo. It has so many other benefits, which I am getting into. There's also seasonal stressors like heat, wind, salt water. There's the humidity that can dry our hair out, and I've been going out almost every single day this week. My hair is not suffering from it, and that is because I pre-poo my hair consistently, and I've been doing it so much. Every single wash day for the past 2 months, I've been pre-pooing my hair just about, so my hair has been able to retain that moisture even through seasonal stressors. When I'm going out, when I'm playing, when I'm running after my children, when I go to the beach, my hair is retaining that moisture. Pre-pooing is going to help you retain that moisture that is necessary necessary for our hair to thrive. Also, pre-pooing helps to restore any lost moisture. Now, I know from wash day, or maybe you skipped a few steps, you were in a hurry, pre-pooing is going to help condition your hair, restore your hair to get it back to where it needs to be. But also, pre-pooing is going to help moisturize and hydrate the scalp. So a lot of times we are always thinking about our hair, the ends. We have to give our ends the TLC because it's the oldest part of our hair. But remember, our hair is growing out of our scalp. We also need to keep our scalp nice and moisturized, nice and hydrated, and pre-pooing is definitely going to allow that to happen. You want your hair to be moisturized from the scalp down the length of your hair, even the ends. That is going to help your hair to maintain its moisture and to continue to be healthy, also to help retain length. And that is another question that I'm always getting asked, that maybe you grow your hair but you just can't seem to retain the length, or you have to cut your ends off. Now, the occasional dusting or trimming of your ends is definitely vital to a healthy hair journey. But if you feel that once your hair grows to a certain length, it is just breaking, it's snapping, it could be from the dehydration, and pre-pooing is definitely going to help with that. I have told many naturals to do it, and they have done it, and it is working. So I know it's not just me, it's not just from reading. I have given this tip out. I've talked to many of you through my DMs on Instagram. I've told you pre-pooing and how to do it, and pre-pooing has tremendously helped you for so many reasons, so many concerns, so many areas that need to be addressed. Also, the detangling process. Now, I know so many of you have trouble with detangling. You're telling me that your hair always gets tangled and it just hurts. Or for those of you that have children and maybe your child has a thicker texture, like my oldest son, his hair is really thick and dense. My hair is thick, my hair is dense, but it's really coarse, his hair. So I've even pre-pooed his hair, and it really helps with the detangling process. Maybe take some time. Sometimes if I'm in the bathroom, I'm watching YouTube, I'm watching a video, I'm doing something to where I can watch the video. I'm not really thinking, oh, I have to pre-poo my hair, this is such a task, it's a chore. No, you can set some time aside and even sleep in the pre-poo so you don't feel so rushed and you have too much on your plate, because I don't want you to feel overwhelmed. I don't want you to feel like this is such a task and it's going to be hard to achieve. Just work a little at a time. Just, integrate a few tips at a time into where you can develop a routine that works best for you. But pre-pooing really helps with the detangling process. Now, I know you may be thinking, how is pre-pooing going to help me detangle my hair? So pre-pooing is going to help soften your hair, and depending on the product that you use for your pre-poo, which I will talk about in a little bit, it will be on your hair strand. So your hair is being coated with the pre-poo, and it's going to create a slip. Now, slip is one of our favorite words as a natural. I know I love slip. It just really helps my hair to feel so moisturized and just so soft, so good. I absolutely love when products give me that slip. And when you have your pre-poo applied, it's going to help gently remove tangles and knots a lot easier. And soft detangled hair is easier to manage, period. And this process is really beneficial for those of you that have really kinky, coily, tight textures that are knitted together, because the detangling process is really going to help you a lot. So it's safe to say that pre-pooing is definitely going to help with hair's manageability. I know many of you are always asking me all the time about my hair, and that my hair, it doesn't seem to get tangled, and no, it doesn't. Pre-pooing has really changed my hair for the better. As I've already mentioned, my hair really does not get tangled at all. I'm able to part my hair, right? I'll do it right now for the sake of this video. So boom, part my hair, part this section, no problem. I could part my hair so easily. So I'll part my hair going down this way. My hair, it does not get tangled. So pre-pooing has really helped my hair for the better. My hair is just so easy to manage, and pre-pooing is definitely one of the reasons why. And depending on your pre-poo ingredients will determine the amount of slip that you will get. So I really encourage you to really look into your hair's type, what type of oils or even butters that your hair likes, so you will know what would probably work a lot better. I am definitely into hair typing, not so much just to see, but to really know, and maybe someone similar to you that you have found has the same hair type or a similar hair type, those products may work good for you. Like my hair in the front is a low porosity, and in the back it has more of a medium porosity. So different oils that I use, a lot of of other naturals, which many of you, my supporters, have told me work really good for you. And also Prepooing can help to balance out your hair and scalp, and that is very important. So you really want your hair and scalp to be nice and balanced out, because that is going to allow your hair to grow a lot healthier. And for many of us, we're in a healthy hair journey, and not necessarily we want our hair to really grow long. I know I want my hair to grow really long, but for the most part I want my hair to be healthy. Health over length anytime. But you really want your scalp to be balanced out. As I've already mentioned, your hair is growing from out of your scalp, so you want that healthy hair and healthy scalp. Don't forget, don't neglect. Prepooing helps to condition the hair cuticle. That is really important to also keep in mind. You want the hair cuticle to be really moisturized, nourished, conditioned. Really get your hair back on track. It's really going to help. It conditions the hair cuticle, which is really good. Also, Prepooing is going to help fortify and nourish your hair and scalp with vitamins, minerals, and other nutrients depending on what you use as your Prepoo. For me, I'm always using a DIY or maybe one oil, but Prepooing is going to help infuse your hair. You really want your hair to be fortified and nourished with vitamins, minerals, and other nutrients, and really to hold on to that, because that's when your hair can become a lot stronger. It can become more resistant to breaking and just be more vibrant, more livelier, and just so much healthier. You just want something to help in your natural hair routine, just like a little pick-me-up. Prepooing is definitely going to help. So it's undeniable with Prepooing and getting all of this nutrients that is going to help prevent breakage. And as I've mentioned before, breakage is really bad. You don't want your hair breaking off. Many of you tell me all the time, and I'm not talking like a few of you, like hundreds of people have told me that Prepooing has worked for them over the years. So it is inevitable to me that Prepooing is going to help. It's going to help you retain that length. It's going to help avoid that breakage, especially that constant breakage that's snapping off. Prepooing is going to help. It's lubricating your hair strands. It is really helping your hair to mend, to just really be stronger. Now, I know I've talked a lot about moisture already, but I wanted to touch back on moisture. And I know for many of us, we do the LOC method, LCO, LOCO, LCOC, whatever works for you. You do that. You want to retain that moisture. You may get that moisture when you style your hair, but may find that moisture quickly leaves and you apply oil. But remember to mix your hair with water first to seal that moisture in. But Prepooing is going to aid in keeping that moisture in your hair. Consistently Prepooing your hair, which I highly recommend, is going to condition your hair over time to where your hair is getting used to getting this moisture. It's going to be more receptive to holding on to this moisture and just really loving that moisture. It's not going to be resistant to getting that TLC. Now, you know I'm always talking about TLC. Make sure that you give your hair all the TLC and love it needs, because it's really going to help, because your hair is going to say, okay, we're getting more moisture, we're getting more nutrients, vitamins, minerals, all of this extra goodness. Now I'm gonna remember this, and it's getting all of this. It's going to be more accepting, and it's going to be more prone to behaving, so to speak. Your hair is going to be more manageable, as I've already said. It's gonna say, you know what, I've been getting this love, I've been getting this TLC, let me behave, let me cooperate, let me do what I'm supposed to do. And Prepooing is going to help smooth your hair. Now, I just love when my hair feels so smooth. It feels so good. It's not rigid, it's not jagged, it's not tough, it's not brittle, especially the ends. Now, I always Prepoo my scalp, down the length of my hair, to my ends. My ends feel good too, and that is really, really important. You want all of your hair, including your scalp, to feel good, to be nice and moisturized, to feel smooth. No rough spots, no brittleness, no dryness, no dry patches. Prepooing is going to help with all of that. Also, Prepooing is going to help create a natural sheen for your hair. So not just on wash days, continuing to Prepoo your hair and just being consistent is going to help create that natural sheen, which is really part of natural hair. I mean, there's so many different factors to natural hair, but when you start having this factor, this factor, this factor, this factor, this factor, they all come together, and your hair is really going to be healthy overall. Not just look healthy, but actually be healthy. And having that natural sheen to your hair is another sign of healthy hair. You don't want your hair to look dull and flat and tired and just worn out. Having that natural sheen is a good sign of healthy hair. Also, pre-pooing helps to soothe a dry and itchy scalp and other scalp concerns. Now, I would definitely recommend to consult your physician, your doctor, just to see what they think from a medical standpoint, and maybe they could diagnose something. And as far as medications, I'm really iffy on that. I take more of a holistic approach to any ailments. I don't take any Advil, Tylenol, Benadryl. I don't take any over-the-counter medication. Instead, I do find a more holistic approach to anything that I may be experiencing. Even for my children, we take a holistic approach to any ailments that may come about, and they are all fine, they're healthy, they are good. So definitely consult with your physician, just see what they have to say. And as far as treatment goes, that is where you can look and to see what may be the best option for you. I have had many naturals and even naturals that I know personally suffer with scalp irritations, concerns, and I have guided them to finding a proper concoction, a solution that is going to work for them, and it works. So it treated their scalp irritation, the dryness, the flakiness. They no longer have it. They were supposed to get a topical cream, but with me knowing what I know about the medical industry, I mean, that is a whole nother topic. But I'll say look into the holistic approach, and they did. And they, you know, weigh the pros, the cons, all of that, and they didn't have to spend a lot of money on these topical creams. I'm telling you, the pharmaceutical industry is something else. And also, pre-pooing can help reduce frizz. Now, I know some of you may seem to like frizz, but too much frizz and just your hair is just always frizzy no matter what. It can't keep a curl, it's just not defined, it just doesn't get that way. It's lifeless and it's frizzy. It's even if you do a twist style, you put gel, it's frizzy. Now that can be a sign of damage. And I know a little bit of frizz is okay. You know, you have a wash and go. Like even me, I have a little bit of frizz. This is day 8 wash and go. So, I mean, that's okay. My hair is gonna get like that. But if your hair is prone to being frizzy and just constantly frizzy, that's something else. Pre-pooing is going to help infuse all of these vitamins, minerals, these nutrients into your hair that your hair needs to reduce the frizzing. Now, I know this should be a given, but I didn't actually say it, so I am going to say it anyway. Your hair is going to grow a lot healthier. Now, I know many of you have been commenting, oh, Jeanette, your hair is getting longer, it's growing so healthy, it's thick. And yes, pre-pooing is definitely the main component. I mean, besides deep conditioning, which is one of my top 5 tips to give you, pre-pooing is right up there. It's like maybe number 1. I love pre-pooing that much. Pre-pooing has really helped to create this barrier to my hair so it is strong, it is triumphant, it is not going to back down. My hair's elasticity is on point, and that is another thing I want to add, because I know for some of you, you are protein sensitive, so you need to be aware of what oils or what products, ingredients that you do use in your hair. But also with all this moisture, you want to balance it out with maybe just a little bit of protein. So there are so many different types of proteins, which I have learned more so in the recent. So some proteins my hair loves, and some proteins my hair is like, it's okay, and some proteins my hair is not feeling it at all. So I have to be vigilant of what ingredients that I do use in my hair. So you want to balance it out. You don't want a moisture overload, and that's where your hair just feels mushy to the touch. When your hair is wet, it just doesn't curl back up. The bounce, like see, if I pull my hair like this and it goes right back, that's elasticity. You want your hair to bounce right back. That's a good sign of healthy hair. When your hair grows healthy, it's just going to be healthy. You're gonna have a head full of healthy hair. And talking about my hair being a day 8 wash and go, pre-pooing is going to help improve styling on your hair, because your hair is holding on to more moisture. It can cooperate a lot better. Like I was saying earlier, your hair is going to be more prone to behaving, to be more manageable. Thus, your styles will come out so much better. I have had many naturals, they say they're doing the exact same thing, the same techniques, but their hair, it doesn't last. They're making sure their hair is dry before they unravel. then I would highly recommend pre-poo your hair, because pre-pooing is going to really help infuse, like I said, your hair with moisture. Your hair is going to be more cooperative. I stress it all the time, and many of you are like, what's the big deal about pre-pooing? And I asked you, have you pre-pooed your hair before? And the answer is no. So just try it at least like 2-3 times and you will see a difference. I am sure about that. If you don't see a difference, then we could talk. You know, I could see what's going on. But pre-poo your hair. Your hair's manageability is going to improve. Also, your styles are going to hold a lot better. And going along with improved styling, your hair is going to clump a lot better together. And this is very important for those of you that are constantly doing wash and goes, twist outs, braid outs, any style where you definitely want that definition. Pre-pooing is going to allow your curls, your hair to clump together, so your hair is just going to be more defined. I know for me, definition is a big for me. I love definition, I love volume, but I rather have more definition over volume. And when I get the two, kind of like how I have right now, I have good volume going on and I have good definition. This is when I'm the happiest. It's like that middle ground, that happy medium where I get the best of both worlds. But pre-pooing is also going to help with improved texture. Now, I'm not saying like one texture is better than the other. I'm talking about for you. You want your hair, your texture to be on point. And that goes along with elasticity, how your hair feels. If your hair feels rough, feels damaged, feels brittle, it just doesn't feel good. Your hair is limp. It's not reacting the way it should. Pre-pooing is going to help fix that. It's just going to get it right in the bud. It's going to say, no, we're not doing this, not today, not ever. We are going to fix this. Your hair's texture is going to really just evolve into this beautiful, your best texture yet. Now, you know, like the saying, this is going to be the best me, I'm working on the best me. Your hair is going to feel the same way. Once you pre-poo your hair, you're giving your hair what it deserves and what it needs to really thrive, and your texture is just going to come through. It's really going to spring back how your hair should be and how your hair should feel anyway, because you are really taking care of your hair. You're taking that time to give your hair what it needs. And okay, that was a lot, but like I said, this video is going to be very informative because I want my videos to be very thorough. Even, you know, giving you all these benefits, it's really to help you. So now, what can be used to pre-poo? And there are many different things that you could use. For me, I'm always using oils. I have used pre-made pre-poos before, but I tend to find DIYs, they just tend to work a lot better for me because I can curate it. I can say, you know, my scalp may be feeling a little bit itchy today, let me put a little bit of tea tree oil, or I just want that refreshed feel, or say I want my hair to really smell good, I can use some geranium. What you use is going to be up to your personal preference. Say you're short on time and you just don't have time to make a DIY, you go to the store, you buy a pre-made pre-poo. So say if I'm short on time or I know I'm just not gonna have the time, what I do is maybe gather some oils ahead of time that I have in my stash, and then I could come back, I could just mix the oils a little bit later and then do a pre-poo overnight, and then the next day rinse the pre-poo out and just continue my wash day routine as I would normally would, and that works really good for me. So again, what you use in your pre-poo is going to determine to your preference, also your hair type. So obviously you can use oils as a pre-poo. You can use one oil, which I've done several times. I've used just olive oil before, I've just used avocado oil, I've just used grapeseed oil, but I do like to mix oils together. So I may say do a little bit of castor oil, some grapeseed oil, some vitamin E oil, very great for moisture, and then say I'll mix a little bit of geranium, some rosemary or tea tree oil in the mix, because they have different benefits to healthy hair. In fact, I really recommend to switch it up because you could try different oils. There are so many great oils to use in your hair, also on your skin. In fact, I am going to do an updated how I pre-poo my hair, so make sure that you stay tuned for that. Also, you can use conditioner. Now, I don't use conditioner for my pre-poos. I've never used it for my pre-poo, but you could use it. I just tend to find that I'm pre-pooing my hair, shampoo, condition, and deep condition, so I do all of that on wash day. So I find it kind of counterintuitive if I'm doing too much. I'm doing a conditioner, shampoo, conditioner, deep conditioner. So that is an optional, but I just don't do that. Also, if you have thicker, really kinky, coarse hair, you could use butters like mango butter, shea butter, and you can even make your own DIY. You can mix it up, mix maybe some coconut oil, avocado oil, almond oil, vitamin E oil, and even essential oils. If you want to put some lavender, some tea tree, some rosemary, geranium, you could definitely do that. I mean, the list is endless when it comes to DIYs, which is why I love doing DIYs, because I can really curate it to what my hair needs, to how I feel. I don't have to feel boxed into using a store-bought product, or using that store-bought product and then adding my own natural ingredients. I feel like that's just not always the best when it comes to a treatment like this. But I highly recommend to mix your oils, to learn about oils, because it's really going to get your knowledge and your vocabulary up. You'll learn more about what different ingredients do and what they could do for you, your hair, your body. That way you can really get to the root of the issue. And even if it's not so much of an issue, you just really want to upkeep your hair, you know. Also, you can use honey. Now, I haven't used honey for a pre-poo, but I have used honey in a treatment before. I have done a shampoo, but it was in like a mixture, my own DIY that I did, and I really loved it. I'm all about knowledge is power, and really just learning a lot every single day just to better yourself, better you as an individual. Okay, now how to pre-poo. Pre-pooing is very simple, very easy. As I've already mentioned, I will have a updated video on how I pre-poo my hair, and I'll give you different tips to how you can pre-poo also. I really wanted to talk to the camera when I'm pre-pooing and I have oils and I'm doing this and, you know, clipping. It's just not not what I'm going for. So I want to have this video just, you know, us, so I could talk to you one-on-one. We're here. So pre-pooing, simple, very easy. All you're gonna do is separate your hair. Now, how many sections that you do is up to you. For me, I'm always doing 4 sections. My quadrants, as my loyal supporters would know, always doing quadrants. Now, for some people, you're okay with just doing 2 sections, so you just divide your hair in half. I know my mother, that's what she likes to do, have right half, have a left half. Maybe your hair is thicker than mine, you have 6 sections, 8 sections. It really depends on what you do, but just make sure that your sections are manageable for you, and that is really what matters. Doing this for you, not for anyone else, but for you. If it makes sense to you, if it feels comfortable for you and it works for you, do that, because most likely you are the one doing your hair. So after you have your sections, then you apply water to your hair, and I recommend lukewarm to warm water. Applying warm water will allow your hair to expand, and thus allowing products to penetrate a lot better. So if you apply cold water in your hair, yes, products can apply, but not as good as warm water. And this is why I apply warm water to my hair when I'm rinsing out the oils, or even before when I shampoo my hair. Water is going to help loosen the tangles also. So if your hair is consistently getting tangled, warm water is also going to help your hair to expand. It's going to help your hair just kind of loosen a little bit. So once you apply warm water to your hair, use a wide tooth comb or even your fingers to help detangle your hair, and make sure that you are spraying the water on your scalp too. You want a nice moisturized scalp. A lot of times when I talk about pre-pooing my hair, I don't really talk so much about the scalp. So I have noticed that, and I really want to stress the importance of the scalp health as well. And also, giving this TLC to your scalp is going to help prevent the breaking and snapping of your hair at the roots. Now, we do not want that, so we want to keep our hair moisturized all together. That's why it's so important to really care for your hair. I know a lot of naturals, they have hair snapping and they have a lot of short spots, like say right here, this hair. So you want to make sure that your scalp is nice and moisturized and stays nice and hydrated. Get a wide tooth comb, and you could start at the ends, and you want to be really gentle, work your way up, kind of detangling. Then you could take your pre-poo of choice, apply a good amount at first, and just work it into that subsection of hair, and just really make sure that your hair strands are nice and coated. Whatever your pre-poo is penetrating into your hair strand. That is the whole point. You really want your hair to be nice and receptive to the pre-poo. And once you feel that it's worked in really good with your fingers, use a wide tooth comb, then you could twist the hair, or you can bantu knot it, just making sure that you keep that moisture locked in your hair so that it does not get matted, it doesn't get tangled, or it doesn't get in the way of the other sections. That's what I always do. I just twist my hair all the way down, and many times I just take a Rattail comb at the end to make sure that the ends are nice and smooth, then twirl it at the end, and then just keep my hair nice and twisted. Once I have a quadrant, like the whole quadrant is twisted, and then I'll clip it up, continue on the rest of my hair. So once you have twisted your hair, you've done the bantu knots on your hair, and going back to scalp health, you can use a scalp massager once you're at this stage. So before you put a shower cap on and you just want to massage your scalp, do that, because it's going to get the blood circulating, especially if you have essential oils. It is really going to get those oils working. Those essential oils really do your scalp justice and your hair. I mean, work the scalp massager in your hair, or even if you want to use your hands, do a scalp massage. Those oils are really going to get working. Scalp massages really do help. Then you can apply a shower cap, and I would recommend to take the clips out, because you just want all of the goodness to flow through your hair. You don't want any blocks or any barriers preventing that fluidity. So take the clips out, and this part is going to be up to you. You can either leave the pre-poo in your hair for like 20 minutes, or say you have errands, you have chores around the house, or you have to go somewhere, take your children. For me, I've done it so many times where I have gone out, left the house, I just put a head wrap on, and my hair has that treatment. No one has to know. You could still be stylish going out. You know, you don't have to look like whatever going out the house if you don't choose to. I mean, you know, do what you want. But for me, I just put a head wrap on, and my hair is just soaking up all the oils, all the goodness. And by the time I go to wash my hair feels so good. A few times lately, I have just kept the pre-poo in overnight, and that has really helped my hair thrive. Like when I keep the pre-poo on overnight, my hair feels so good when it's time to rinse it out, and that's when I really notice that my hair is really soft. So if you do keep the pre-poo in overnight, it's totally optional, but remember, the longer you keep the pre-poo in, the softer your hair is. So if your hair is already soft, then it may not be the best option to make. You really want to assess your hair and do all of this depending on your hair's needs. And say if you have the time, you can pre-poo under the hooded dryer for 20 minutes, 30 minutes, and then continue on with your wash day. It's really up to you. I just know for me, I have 4 children, and my 4 children are very active. My 2 oldest sons, they have activities almost every day now, even in the summer and even during school. I just make it work for me. Just, you know, make it work for you. Do this routine. But I'm telling you, pre-pooing is definitely a lifesaver. Oh, another thing, if you do pre-poo overnight, remember to make sure that you have your shower caps on. Even tie a plastic bag around your hair really tight to make sure that the oils do not seep out. Even tie a scarf around, a bonnet. But then when I'm ready to wash my hair, I am going to take the bags off, and then I'm going to rinse my hair with warm water, and then continue my wash day as I normally would. Shampoo, condition, and deep condition. It depends, you know, however long you want to leave it on, but the minimum you can leave it on, I say, is 20 minutes. But just remember, your hair will become softer and softer and softer the longer you leave it on. So if you know you have a lot of moisture in your hair and you don't want moisture overload, be very careful, because you could get moisture overload, I don't want to say too easy, but leaving products on longer than you should, especially when they're moisturizing, could definitely lead you to that. Just like a protein overload, I feel like it could be easier to get a protein overload than a moisture overload, but nonetheless, neither are good. You just want that healthy, nice balance in between. Okay, I'm almost finished. So the last part of this video is, when should I pre-poo? Now, I've kind of sprinkled that in here and there in this video. There's really like no wrong time you can pre-poo, but I'm going to let you know this is definitely when you want to pre-poo. So if you notice that your hair or your scalp is dry, I mean, I've already said that, but definitely pre-poo. If you are suffering with breakage, or you're just having an excess amount of breakage in your hair, whether your hair is breaking at the roots, if it's breaking at the end of your hair, you just notice your hair is snapping off like crazy, you should pre-poo your hair. If you find that it's very difficult to keep moisture in your hair, you should definitely pre-poo your hair. Or if you find that your hair is frizzy, no matter what, your hair just constantly gets frizzy. It's frizzy no matter what you do. Your hair is still frizzy, you should pre-poo. If you notice your hair is damaged, you should definitely pre-poo. Now, when your hair is damaged, I would recommend for you to cut the damage off. Now, I know for some, you don't want to cut that damage out. I totally understand. Maybe I'll say just trim your hair a little bit. That's just like a first step. Trim what you can stand to trim, and then pre-poo your hair. Like, your hair is going to be a lot better than it was before. But if you can cut all of it, just cut all of it, start fresh. Your healthy hair journey will go up from there. I mean, for me, it was different. When I decided to go natural, I just did the big chop. My hair was really long, like to my elbow. I was like, you know what, I'm not gonna keep straightening my hair, I'm not gonna keep blow drying, I'm not gonna keep doing all of this. I'm just going to go natural, do the big chop, and that's what I did. When I went to the beach, that's really what it did it for me. I went to the beach and I didn't bring any hair products. That was like my way of not getting my hair wet. But lo and behold, my hair got wet because one of my sons splashed me. They thought it was funny, so my hair got wet. I didn't have any products, so I had to go to Walmart, which was like almost 30 minutes away from the beach, and they did not have products for my hair. So I had to suffer using mediocre products. I mean, it just was not good in my hair whatsoever. I tried to make it work, and I was like, you know what, no, I'm just over this. I'm not doing it. Cut it off. So that's what I did, and I've been happy ever since. Never looked back. I am not going to get a relaxer ever, 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 ever again. I love my natural hair. So another reason why you should pre-poo is your scalp is itchy. And I know that there are other reasons why, like if you have a condition to where your scalp is itchy, like I said, consult a physician, a doctor. And then as far as treatment, then you could look into pre-pooing as an option with essential oils and really helping to remedy the issue. Also, if you tend to use a lot of clarifying shampoos, now I know some naturals, they just love that squeaky clean feel. They just feel like their hair is dirty. If they don't have that, they shampoo their hair 2 and 3 times to get that feel. Now, over time, that is definitely going to strip your hair of a lot of moisture. Your hair is not going to retain moisture. So if you love to use clarifying shampoos a lot, pre-pooing your hair is definitely going to assist you. Also, if your hair feels rough, if it feels brittle, if it feels dry, if it feels tough, if it feels jagged, if it just does not feel good, pre-poo your hair. If you find it difficult to detangle your hair, pre-poo your hair. Now, I know the first time around it's not going to be as simple, but consistency is key. If you consistently pre-poo your hair is going to get used to a routine. Your hair is going to, like I said, start behaving and start cooperating better. Your hair is going to know what's up. It's going to know what time it is. Your hair is going to say, all right, you know, this is what I got to do. This is what we're doing right now. Also, if your hair is not behaving like it used to, so say before your hair was thriving, you were doing so much, your hair was just really healthy, and say maybe you've fallen off, you've gotten a little lazy. I know there are naturals that don't like to do much. Maybe even if it's 1 to 2 times a month, you can take the time to treat yourself. That's what I'm gonna say. Treat yourself. Also, if you feel that your hair is just doesn't look good, like it just looks dead. Now, I know hair essentially, yes, but there's ways to make it healthy. Like if you color treat your hair all the time, pre-poo your hair. When I was color treated and I had color on top of color, I always pre-pooed my hair. So you're color treated or you go through a lot of chemical processing, heat, pre-poo your hair. If you fall under any of these categories, and also if you want to, if you just want to pre-poo your hair, just try it out. As I've already said, pre-pooing is definitely a game changer. I love it. I will continue to do it. I am just so happy with pre-pooing my hair. So I know this video was long overdue and it was long within itself, but I wanted to give you all the details that I could think about and really give you a full good video on pre-pooing, not just a little bit here, a little bit there, a little bit there. I'm not gonna break it up. I'm not gonna do that to you, but I wanted to give you a lot of information to think about. Also, like I said, I'm gonna have the timestamps down below in the description box so you can kind of navigate through at your convenience. But hopefully you will watch the video in its entirety because this video is very, very informative. I just wanted to have one video that you can watch. If you have any questions, comment them down below. I will answer your questions or your comments, your feedback, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.